Now, once your account has been created, you are ready to create your first Kahoot. So you have 4 options here. We have Quiz, Jumble, which is a new game, probably more for an advanced user or somebody that's comfortable with Kahoot. You have the ability to use this as a discussion board and also ask students a survey. For this little demonstration here, we're going to stick to a quiz. This seems to be a very simple starting point for most people. And then from here, it's going to ask you a few things here. So we're going to do a title. And we're just going to type all this simple math. And then we're going to give this a description. We're going to go with for my math class. You can get more detailed with these, obviously, as you become more comfortable with Kahoot. We're going to keep this simple so this video doesn't get too long. Now, who do we want this visible by? We're going to keep this as only me, but if you would like it visible to everyone, especially if you want to share these with colleagues, please feel free to do so. The language is English, and then for our audience, this is going to be for our school. Is there any credit resources? No need there. And do you want an intro video? Again, kind of more of an advanced feature. We're going to skip that right now. And in terms of the cover image, there is no need to add one. But as students are waiting for a quiz, there will be an image that's up there and as they're taking the quiz. So if you would like to personalize this a little more, you have the option to do so. From here, we're going to hit OK, Go. And we're going to get started here. So by clicking Add a Question, it's going to add a question. So we're going to type in our question here. My first question is going to be, what is 739 rounded to the nearest tens place? We're going to give our students 20 seconds. You've got some options here, but we're going to give them 20 seconds to answer this. And we are going to award points for this. Kahoot does keep a running total of points, which creates a pretty competitive atmosphere in the classroom. And it's one of the features that teachers really seem to love. It does really drive the students to do well. From here, you've got 2 answers that are required. You can also do 3 and 4 if you want to. For today, we're just going to keep it short. So our first answer is going to be 700. And then our second answer here is going to be 740. And then you'll notice these check marks here. This allows us to choose our correct answer. Oops. So 740 is going to be our correct answer. From there, we hit Next. And our first question is done. So let's pretend we've got 2 questions here. You can obviously make these as long as you would like or as short. I've seen them used most as a check for understanding at the end of class. So most teachers have kept these short, but I have seen them used successfully for longer quizzes, up to 10 or 15 questions, and students seem to be engaged the entire time. So by no means is this meant to be only a 2 or 3 question thing. You can kind of gauge the interest level and ability of your students to stay engaged and then use it appropriately from there. So my next question, we will say, what is 100 plus 60 plus 5? Again, we're only going to do 2 answers here. So let's put 165. That's going to be our correct answer. So we're going to check that box. And answer number 2, let's do 705 as a distractor. From there, we're going to hit Next. And let's say at this point we are done. We've got our 2 questions. You'll notice little things up here, so if you need to edit your descriptions, you may. But we're going to save this. Do we want to edit it? Do we want to preview it? Or do we want to play it? Play it makes it live for your students, and that is going to be our next step. So at this point, you are done, and I'm actually going to hit I'm done. I'm going to play the role as if I'm preparing this ahead of time for my students. And your quiz is ready to go. So at this point, you are ready to administer this with students. And in the next video below, you're going to see how you administer this for students. And you'll also see what the students are seeing on their end, so you know what to expect the first time you use Kahoot. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do have questions on creating these or any other aspects to using Kahoot, please just let me know.